Are you a new entrepreneur or a small business owner feeling like you're in a rat race? Maybe you started a business and feel that over time you haven't been able to keep up with the ever-changing market. There's even a possibility that you feel that you're in a struggle with no one to give you some guidance. Well, that's what I'll be addressing in this video coming up. Hi, this is Funmi from Sold on Wellness. I inspire female entrepreneurs to create lifestyle modifications that can help them overcome chronic stress and burnout so they can thrive in their body and business. If you're new on this channel, it's a pleasure having you here. And if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, hit that little notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos. When it comes to business, it's so easy to get into a competitive mindset. We think we have to outbid or outclass the other guys. But in reality, this is equivalent to keeping up with the Joneses. Our whole way of doing business then becomes more focused on the steps taken by others rather than the vision that drove us into becoming an entrepreneur in the first place. But what if there was a better way to view it all? Instead of being competitive about the progress made by others, what if it were an opportunity to learn from someone with different experience? I would argue you would in fact learn something that would end up giving your business a boost. So let's explore a bit. Competition in the sense of business isn't like playing a game of Monopoly. It's a real life scenario where we pursue our dreams and watch our visions come into fruition. But we aren't the only ones trying to pursue our dreams this way. Take this video as an example. Although I'm pursuing what I love, I'm not exactly the only content creator on YouTube, right? Of course, this example extends far past this video, but you get what I'm trying to say. So how can we avoid getting lost in the sea of competition? I want to first address 3 side effects of being absorbed in competition. So let's talk about the negative effects of that. 1, you will focus more on others instead of yourself. See, losing objectivity has the potential to discourage any new business owner faster than anything. The keeping up with Joneses mentality can take your focus off your customers, your workers, the current market, and yourself. You've got to remember you are a key player in the success of your business, and you are majorly what determines a win or a loss. It isn't someone else's business. No. 2, you will lose sight of your original aspirations. Why did you go into business in the first place? Maybe it was to escape the 9 to 5 on someone else's terms. Maybe for freedom. Maybe you wanted to make a difference in your community. For whatever reason, a competitive mindset shifts that focus into one thing: winning. You have a unique purpose, right? And a reason for wanting to start your venture. If you lose sight of staying in your lane, being resilient, and delivering value to winning competition at all costs, it defeats the purpose altogether. Because if you don't win, that leads me to the 3rd negative effect. You will be tempted to quit when you don't feel successful. What happens when the person doesn't feel adequate? They get the idea that they are just in the way or they aren't good enough, and then they quit. Success always comes to those who persevere through the toughest of times. In competition, there are winners and there are losers. Many times though, you can see a loss coming because you have put yourself into this competition. It is in that time where people most often quit. We've got to face our own race with grace and resilience. The fight against negative effects of competition is hard. So, how are we supposed to do it? Really. I think it has to do with changing our own outlook on things. Simply put, we will start looking at competition as something else. Opportunity. Putting a new spin on an old word changes our perception of something that could be intimidating for some. So let's address some shifts that can help us. 1. Teamwork makes the dream work. See, when we break it down, it seems that we have a business or a business owner that we are competing against. But what if we weren't against them, nor they against us? Believe it or not, this is absolutely possible. Remember, every business started with someone just like you and me. And maybe they have a family, maybe they drive the same car as you do. Whatever the case might be, after everything is stripped away, business owners are people too. They know and understand the struggle. And how easy is it for us to lose the sight of humanity in the world of business? Truth is, given the opportunity, a majority of business owners would jump at the chance to share their knowledge with someone who has similar drive. It happens to be the exact same thing I'm doing now, sharing my knowledge with you. And I just want to drive this down very well. Teamwork is also very important because it helps to overcome difficulties that exist in the grand scheme of things. Take for example, business ownership by women. It seems a commonplace in the world that there are certain jobs that are more suited to certain genders. So when a woman attempts to break into a niche that is vastly dominated by men, the road can become exponentially more difficult. So this is why you should never walk this road by yourself. Being of a group who has had to battle for years against discrimination, we know how to band together when times are tough. So keep the teamwork in mind. The next shift I think we need to make is turning competition into cooperation. Although I talk about women here as an example, the principle exists for everyone. When we are part of a community, we have the ability to share our experiences with one another. The thing that holds many of us back is unwillingness or hesitation to ask our competition for advice. But imagine the discoveries that could come from taking such a step. Not only could you find some of the encouragement that you need, but you may even realize, as is often the case, that businesses can complement each other. Sure, there might be some similarities in what each person does, but the vision and aspirations are completely unique to each individual. So the question is, how do you start? Or what avenues can you explore to start these processes? The first and most important step is to always be willing to take the first step. This will start the process of creating a sense of community with other businesses. And don't be hindered by feelings of pride, anxiety, or nervousness. Chances are you're not the only one with those feelings, trust me. But someone has to step first. If you don't step first, then there's no telling what possibilities are available. 3. Make a mindset shift. Start seeing competition as partners in business. You want to explore your communities and develop partners in business relationships. This is where we search out organizations that are comprised of like-minded business owners. They have a common goal for advocating on and speaking as representatives of their local business communities. I cannot stress enough the importance of this step to become established and known to established business owners. Okay, expanding on this idea of partners in business, tap into your creative minds. Do some homework and engage other entrepreneurs. Offer up ways that each party can promote one another. Maybe you know of another business who offers a service or product that you don't offer. Don't be afraid to start a conversation. To wrap up, although competition may be a real thing, the positive or negative effects depend solely on us. If you take anything from this video, make it this: change starts with us. We have spent the past few minutes identifying some of the obstacles and setbacks we could face. We have also covered how to approach them, but in the end, there is one common thing that exists in all of them, and that is you. So, in keeping up with this idea, I want to hear from you. Are you an entrepreneur, small business owner? Do you have other ideas as well? Put a comment below. Let me know who you are and what you do. I'm glad to have you in this community. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to share, and if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you subscribe, like and comment. Also, let me know about future videos you would like to see. If you are yet to join Soul Tribe, there's a link in the description box for you to join and get free access to exclusive resources on how to nourish, live and create impact as a female entrepreneur. I'll see you in my next video. Take care of yourself.